Long ago, there lived a girl called Aisha. She lived in the small village of Ukuwu with her parents, siblings, and great grandmother Mama Easy. Aisha had a strange gift. She could hear whispers from the past. At first, it was just fragments of conversations, faint murmurs that made her skin prickle. But as she grew older, the voices became louder, clearer, revealing dark secrets about her family history. She inherited this gift from her grandparents who had different spiritual gifts or seeing the known and unknown and using these powers to help others. As Aisha was becoming of age, she discovered her great grandmother, Mama Ezi, was a powerful sorceress, accused of causing a devastating famine that swept through Ukuwu village decades ago. The villagers shunned her family, fearing their supposed powers. The villagers became so afraid of the family that they planned to kill them all in order to erase their powers, which they thought were negative. One day, Aisha told her parents and grandmother, Mama Ezi, that she was going to Obi's place to play. Obi was a male friend of hers since childhood, and they'd always played together since they were little children. Little did Aisha know that that was her saving grace and the last time that she was going to see her family again. She had just left that morning when the angry villagers came to the house. They brought out everyone in Aisha's family and set them ablaze. They did all that to make sure they eliminated everybody in the family and not leaving any chances for revenge. But as nature does its things, when it's not time for you to die, something must always manifest to save you from the danger for you to survive. That was the case with Aisha. As the fire was burning, grandmother Mama Ezi placed a curse on the angry villagers who believed that Aisha's family was a set of witches disturbing the villagers. For this barbaric act of wickedness on me and my beloved family, accusing us of what we know nothing about and what we have not done, this village shall know no peace. You only find peace again when you meet any of my flesh and blood. Mama Izzy caused. And you will beg that soul for forgiveness and then vindicate our names. That's when you have experiencing peace again in your village. Without that, nothing, I say nothing for you, she caused the entire Ukuwu village. After the villagers completed their work, they were very happy that the problems of the community were over. They jubilated with the mindset that they had eliminated everyone in Mama Easy's family. Aisha, on the other hand, was hidden away from the villagers by the family and friends she had gone to visit. She was told everything that happened that day by Obi's mother. And in order to save her life, Aisha had been taken undercover that night to another village. She was put in the care of an elderly woman just to save her life. Within a short time, the villagers started seeing things differently, and it dawned on them that they had attracted a bigger weapon fashioned against themselves. Horrible things started happening in the entire village. Whispers got louder, revealing a bigger threat, a cause threatening to destroy Ukuwu village. The hills grew restless. The trees began to wither more and more, and the dry river beds kept on drying, breaking, or crackling. Survival in the village became a luxury. For months, the villagers cried, and it became evident that they had committed a wrong act by killing Mama Ezi and her family. The people began to make arrangements to migrate from the village. They couldn't bear the harsh conditions anymore. The sound of quarreling neighbors, Relatives and friends could be heard. Everywhere was like the Tower of Babel. It was terrible. Nature turned against them, and there was chaos everywhere. As everything got out of hand, the chief called the elders of the village to a meeting. During the meeting, there were lots of arguments. One said it was the cause of Mama Ezi. Another said it was the family that was burnt that was the cause of the problems. They kept shouting at each other until the chief called them to order. The oracle was consulted and they were told to look for any existing member of Mamezi's family to apologize and vindicate their names. And unless that was done, nothing will ever be normal again. Things will not return to normalcy in the village anymore. Now that the family of Mama Ezi had all been killed, how do we remove the cause? You all accuse them of what they were not. You can all see now that that family is free and not evil as you had accused them of being, the chief said. The villagers shook their heads, nodding regretfully. Okay, an elderly man chipped in. It's so sad it happened that way. And with that, the villagers fell silent. At least we should have checked the cause of the problems the village was facing before doing such a devastating thing, the chief reprimanded. Why accusing people when you are not sure of what you are saying? So what are we going to do now? Because we can't all start migrating and leaving our fatherland, another elder said. After much consultation, they found out that there was still a member of Mama Ezi's family alive, and that was Aisha. They had to go and look for her to plead for forgiveness. Without that, the village will never know any peace. When they went to look for Aisha, they tried begging her to reassure her that they will not kill her. After much pleading, Aisha agreed. Aisha's family's name was vindicated and she was told she would be made the queen of the village if she could stop the problem they were facing. So Aisha decided to help them. She dived into the mysteries and found many things. She learned that Mama Ezi was actually trying to protect the village from a malevolent spirit trapped in the hills. The spirit feeds on fear and anger, twisting the villagers' mind. The problems in the village was the side effect of the spirit's growing power. As Aisha reached for the ancient amulet hidden in Mama Ezi's old hut and turns to leave the cause, she's confronted by a shadowy figure from her past. You know too much, it whispers, blocking her path. Aisha faced the shadowy figure. Her childhood friend Obi just came immediately to her side. But he had been acting strangely recently. And Obi said, who knows what this is? But he turned to Aisha and said, Aisha, you know too much. But he decided to help his friend Aisha to leave the amulet because it was heavy. Aisha remembered Mama Ezi's words. True love, true power is love, not fear. She grabbed the amulet, challenging her love for Ukuwu. Light burst forth, weakening the spirit. Obi stumbled back, free from the darkness. Together they lifted the curse. Rains began to pour down, reviving the land. The villagers no longer fearful, thanked Aisha. Ukuwu village then knew the truth. Mama Ezi was a hero, and Aisha inherited her courage. Aisha was made the queen of Ukuwu, and she guided the secrets of the community. She used her gift to heal and protect. The villagers celebrated Aisha, and her family was vindicated over and over. Aisha became the girl who knew too much, but used her truth, her truth to save them all. That's the end of the story. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the videos.